Hi, how you doing? My name's Cliff Welty. I'm from way down in South Texas at Brownsville. And today we're going to talk a little bit about canvas stretching. And I like to use linen because it's the best. So the first thing you have to do as you begin to prepare to stretch the linen onto your stretcher bars, you have to, of course, select your linen. I like to use a medium grade linen, raw, and then we'll prime it later. It's in a big piece here, so we've got to cut it first. So that's what we're going to do first, is cut this linen. And we want to measure it. My stretcher bars are 24-inch stretcher bars. These Pro bars are great because notice how thick they are, and they've got a built-up edge on one side, so your canvas is raised up off the bar, so you don't get those ghost marks on there. So the first thing I want to do is measure out how much linen I need. You want to have, with these thicker bars, you need just a hair more, so you have enough to stretch with. So I'll move it down just a little bit that way. And that's perfect. And we want to just make a little mark here. We've got about 2 inches there. We're going to take about 2 inches here, put a small mark there. This is a little long here, so we're going to put about 2 inches on each side here. Okay, so we know we want to cut there and here. We can set these aside for just a moment. Now, linen is very easy to cut and mark because it has a weave in it. So what you do is you put your pencil right in that weave and it will just make a straight mark. So it's marked off. Now we want to cut the linen. So the way we cut it, I use a razor blade. And there we have it. We've got a real nice piece of linen that we can work with. So our next step is to put our stretcher bars together. So I'm just going to set this razor blade aside and fold this up for a moment. We won't need it for a couple of moments. We'll place our stretcher bars down on our workspace, just like that. So I'm going to work these stretcher bars. Now they're very tight, which is good because you want a good tight fit. But I'm going to need my mallet. Now that I have that, I can work those stretcher bars in there much easier. You have to kind of just work with it a little bit. You have to be a little careful as you're working these. Once I have it hammered together roughly, it'll be roughly in this shape, but the stretcher bars need to be absolutely square. Because when we put the linen on, we want it absolutely square, and it's going to really throw you off. If your stretcher bars are not square, then your painting's not going to be square. It's going to be hard to frame it, and it's going to look kind of goofy. So you want to get it absolutely square. The way you do that is measure from corner to corner. This one measures 34.5. Now I'm going to measure this corner. This one measures 33.25. So I know from measuring that this distance here is too long and this distance is too short. So I just set it up a little bit. Now that we've got this stretcher bar completely square, the next step is to add the canvas. Very simple to do that. Now you notice this has a raised ridge here. That's the front side, so we want the canvas or the linen on that side. We'll just flip that over, just like that. And we'll square it up a little bit. By means of squaring it up, I mean putting it on the canvas, on the linen. Pretty straight there, pretty straight there. Get about the, you don't have to measure it necessarily, just get it approximately. You just need enough linen on each side so when you use these stretchers, you can get a hold of them. So the next step is to start stapling. So, first staple goes right in the middle. And that side, that's stapled. Let me just show you that real quick. Just like that. Then we flip it around. And with a small one like this, you can just flip the canvas over and staple the other side. If it's a larger one, you'll have to walk around your work table. So next, you just pull it hand tight. Here's your center. You want to go over just a little bit, a couple of inches over. Put a staple in, right in the middle of your stretcher bar. While you're there, put one more in right on this side. Okay, so then we have two staples on that side. One here, one here. Ready to put a couple more staples in. Okay, as we get to the corners, you have to do a little bit different thing. You have to do like a hospital corner. Doesn't have to be, you can come up with your own way of doing it. A nice kind of a neat looking corner here. Just like, yeah, there we go. Just like that. So it's fairly tight. There we go. Perfect. Then you can go kind of the other direction just to get that in there and put a couple of staples in that. And there you have it. A perfectly stretched canvas. So easy to do, and the quality is there. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to stretch your own canvas, your own linen canvas. It will improve your work because all the time you're stretching your canvas, you're thinking about your subject, what you're going to put on there. So it gets you mentally prepared for your painting. Well, I want to thank you for watching. My name's Cliff Welty, and if you'd like to see a little bit of my artwork, you're welcome to come to my website, artiguana.com. art-iguana.com, or you can come to my YouTube channel, Gallery Iguana 409. And if you're ever in South Texas in Brownsville, you're welcome to come by my studio at 654 North Expressway, Brownsville, Texas. Give me a call before you come at area code 266-4799, and I will be glad to give you a tour of the studio. If you send me an email or a letter, I'll be glad to send you one of these full color brochures. Have a great painting experience.